This is the plaintiff, Sal Santa Fe. He says he sold a car to the defendant who has yet to pay him in full, and he wants his money pronto. The woman knew the car had some issues and needed some repairs, but she chose to buy it anyway and is now turning around and using that as an excuse not to pay. Hey, lady, that's not how things work in this great country of ours. He's suing for $2,100, the balance due. This is the defendant, Nicole Fiore. She says the plaintiff told her the only things that needed repair on the car were the air conditioner and the heater. Well, the car needed new tires, new brakes, new rotors, and new windshield wipers, too. Then, when she went to have it inspected, they told her the frame was bent and it would never pass. The plaintiff unloaded a heap of junk on her, and she's not paying the crook another penny. She's accused of vexing a vehicle seller. The defendant filed a countersuit for $2,208.55 for tires, brakes, insurance, and registration.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff sold his car to the defendant and she's stiffing him on the balance. But the defendant says the plaintiff lied about what was wrong with the car. The fact is, everything was wrong. It's the case of hunka burning junk.
Okay, Sal Santa Fe, you are suing Nicole Fiore for $2,100, a balance that you say she owes you on a car that you sold to her she was supposed to make payments on and didn't. You are counterclaiming against him $2,208.55 in all the money that you've had to put into the car that you say is a lemon. Okay, tell me what happened.
Well, back in May, 5 days, I think 4 days before I sold her the car, I was already
Did you two know each other before this or no?
No, I don't know her personally.
How did you meet her?
I met her through a friend of mine. His friend is her boyfriend. Mm-hmm. And
they connected you two because you had a car to sell and she had a car to buy?
Yes,
okay.
Correct.
And what kind of car were you selling?
It was a 93 Acura Integra.
Did you have two cars you were selling?
Right.
So you were are you a dealer?
No.
You just happened to have two cars for sale at the same time. One was the Acura and the other one was what?
Right.
What was the other one?
Oh, the Infiniti, 2001.
Okay, so she comes over to see the cars. Do you show her both?
She didn't see the car. She saw it on the day she was picking it up.
She bought a car sight unseen? What year Acura is this?
93.
She bought a 1993. It's as old as my marriage, and that's old. She bought a 20-year-old car sight unseen. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Why? Who does that?
My friend Mitch. I don't know anything about cars or anything like that.
Do you know anything about living? Like, who buys a 20-year-old car sight unseen?
My friend Mitch told me that the car was in great condition.
Oh, so you made him your agent to test the car out. And he said, I drove it, it's in great condition.
Yeah, he said that he drives it.
How close are you to Mitch?
It's my boyfriend's one of my good friends.
Okay, so then you buy it for how much?
Oh, it was originally supposed to be for $2,000, but when we went to sign the contract, he changed it and made it $2,200.
So why didn't you walk away?
Because I needed a car.
Why did you change it?
I didn't change it.
It was always $2,200?
Yes, I told my friend, and even my friend told her boyfriend that it was supposed to be for $2,200.
Okay.
Yes. And so when she told me about that, I was like, well, it was originally $2,200, and we're making payments, you know? It's not like straight cash.
Okay, and so what did you do? She gave you how much for you?
$100.
And you turned over the title to her?
No, I have the title.
Okay.
She just registered the car.
How was she able to register the car if you have the title?
That's how DMV did it. I don't know. You talk to them about that.
I don't know.
I was surprised too.
I would talk to them if I had that kind of time to be on hold, but I'm not gonna. All right. So now, okay. So how did you register the car?
He came with me to the DMV.
Yes.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that little tidbit you neglected to mention. Okay, so that's how she registers the car. So you take the car and what happens?
Well, when I first saw the car, I noticed that I needed windshield wipers and tires, front tires.
By the way, do you guys sign anything during the sale?
Yes.
Okay, let me see what you sign. What I was looking for, and your copy also has, is that it says sold as is. What do you think that means?
How the car is? But I didn't. I don't really deal with cars or anything like that. So this is my first time buying a car.
Okay, but what did you think? You have eyeballs and you read. So if you saw that, which is underlined not once but twice and in capital letters, bigger than everything else, why didn't you ask, what do you mean by that, if you don't know what it means?
Well, I thought it was because there was a crack in the windshield. I'm sorry, there was a crack in the windshield. It needed 2 new tires in the front because it was on a spare.
Okay,
and the other
so
one
you
was
understand
bald.
that the phrase sold as is means that you can't complain about problems, but you thought it was limited to those problems that you and your vast experience could smell, not things that were hidden from you when you've told me 17 times you know nothing about cars. Why don't you just have a mechanic take a look at it so you can make sure it was worth your $2,000?
Because I thought that my friend Mitch would
I'll tell you
steer
why.
me in
Because
the
all you were
real
paying for the
way.
car was $100, and you needed wheels, you needed them now, and you wanted them now, so you were taking it. And then the day that was no longer convenient for you, you stopped paying. Because that's exactly what ended up happening. How soon did you stop paying? Did you pay anything other than $100?
No, because I put in a lot of money into
Boy, I can pick them, right? I can spot it a mile away. All right, so you immediately stopped paying, and the reason you stopped paying,
We had an agreement. I told him I can't afford to fix the car and pay him as well.
then why did you buy a 20-year-old car? Okay, and then so you decide you're supposed to be paying $100 every what?
Every week.
Every week? Oh my God! And so the very next week she doesn't pay
But
you?
the thing is, since she was telling me about that, I was trying to work with her. She was saying, oh, the car was shaking and everything, oh, the brakes and rotors. I already knew off the bat the brakes and rotors
Had you told her? Had you even suggested to her to buy the Infinity?
Yes, I did. I told her the Infinity didn't have any problems. It didn't have anything. I was like, the AC works, the heater works, everything works in that car. and they still wanted to take the Infinity. I mean, the Integra, I'm sorry.
But why?
Because it was manual and her boyfriend likes to drive manual cars. That's
Wow. Where's he now?
why he's in jail.
Oh, he's not even by you here at your side while this is going. I guess we shouldn't buy a car based on what he wants. I guess we should buy the safer car for our children.
So she buys a 20-year-old car for $2,200. She doesn't see the car. Her boyfriend's friend looks at it. A scale of 1 to 10. 10 being incredibly stupid. Where do you rate her?
10.
Anybody else?
I agree.
10. Anyone to bust the scale?
I would say 7, 8. I mean, she's 20 years old, super young. Of course, she's going to buy a really cheap car.
Give her a 10. Trust me. Going inside the courtroom.
What's he in jail for? Generally.
Assault.
On you?
No, never.
On who?
Someone who's putting me and my daughter in risk.
Okay, so she tells you that she can't pay you now, and you try to work with her.
I try to work with her. I told her, listen, don't take it to any other mechanic. I have somebody that can do it for you, because any mechanic shop will charge you like $80 an hour. I've tried to get the part online instead of getting it from the store because they'll charge you double the price, and she agreed to do that.
Who has the car?
She still has it.
And you're still driving it?
No.
She's still, I don't know, she's still driving it, but I don't have it. She did not
Right, but
return it
how
to
do you
me.
keep the car and never pay another penny and think this isn't going to end up in court?
No, I knew it was going to end up in court.
Oh.
I knew that. I have pictures to show you that the frame and evidence to show you that the frame
I'm
is
gonna assume
completely
that's
right in. And I have even documented
Okay.
that
The frame is off. I'm going to assume that's true.
it's completely damaged. the
I'm going
frame.
to assume that's true. Let me ask you a question.
And he should have known that.
What do
when
you
he brought
think
it to his
as is
mechanics
means?
side.
What do you think as is means?
I thought it was like the tires and the windshield wipers and the windows.
Really? Where'd
like
you get that?
those
Where'd you read that
things.
little gem? That it only means what you want it to mean.
No, because I kept asking him what was wrong with the car. What was wrong with the car? What was wrong with the car? He said,
Miss
nothing,
Fiore,
nothing.
when you sign an agreement that says you're taking your chances because you're so happy to have the car on your side of the fence, and you sign an agreement that says you agree to pay $2,200 and you pay $100 and in 7 days you're supposed to start paying the rest of it, and you don't, and you keep it, and you drive it. Show me that paperwork. Show me that paperwork that you want to show me so I can see when you're driving. Show me. Hold on.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
And here.
This transaction took place when? On
The
May 20th.
Yep.
And I've got you taking it to the dealership on
dad told
August 22nd?
That was just to get it documented.
On August 22nd, you
Yeah.
drive it to the
No, I
dealership.
didn't drive it. We got it towed.
Really? It doesn't say it was towed.
My dad towed the car.
Show me the tow receipt.
My dad towed the car.
Show me the tow receipt. You liar. You drove it over there. This doesn't say the car was towed in. It's August when this documentation. So you're driving around 3 months and you can't pay the guy the money you owe?
I never
You know what,
drove
Missy?
the
Pay the
car.
guy the money you owe him. $2,100 verdict for the plaintiff. On your counterclaim against him for the exact same reasons, zero. $2,100 for you and
you
your
so-
court costs.
Thank you
okay,
so
good
much,
luck to
Judge.
you.
So that's how this case goes down. It's an as-is sale, which we've seen in the People's Court many, many times. Did you realize what as-is meant?
No, not at the time.
Okay. What have you learned now from this whole experience?
Never buy a car that says as is or through friends.
Well, what about getting it looked at by a mechanic before you lay down your hard-earned cash?
He did have it looked at a mechanic, and they told me that it was fine.
He did? Mm-hmm. Well, you're the buyer. The buyer should have it looked at, by
Yeah.
someone on her side. All right. Okay. So good luck with
you.
the car. All right. You head right down there. And all right, come on in here. Did you know that the car had all these problems?
I told her beforehand on the phone with my friend and everything, and she still decided to take the car. And they didn't want to take the Infinity because it was not a manual car.
Yeah, I know.
And that's
So what, do you have any?
No, I'm glad this is over with.
You don't
I
feel for her?
I do not, because she obviously didn't feel the same way towards me. So
Okay, Harvey.
Fact is, she deserves what she got. You should never buy a used car. I don't care how old it is, without checking it out with a mechanic before you plunk down cash.